You are being watched.
Hello, welcome back to WhatAreMovie. I am Tony.
And I'm Pat.
And we're here to watch Person of Interest. Season 1. We're on the penultimate episode.
Yes.
You excited? Last time, we got a lot more story about Reese and New Rochelle.
And Peter and
Jessica. Yep.
Yeah.
Really cool.
Yeah. And the fact that Finch respects his privacy.
Yes. And it was his birthday.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a good episode. Very good. We're getting very
Carter
close.
knows more about his history now.
Yes, exactly. So
Carter knows who he is.
yeah, knew he's a soldier. Knows. Yeah, she was a soldier.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. This is, I haven't checked if I can read this. This is season 1, episode 22. It is called No Good Deed. This aired on the 10th of May 2012, directed by Stephen Williams, or Stephen, and written by David Slack, which we have seen his name before, I believe. Somewhere along the lines. What can you expect from this? What do you want to see?
Maybe Carter giving Reese the picture.
Yeah.
Yeah. I wonder if that's kind of what ruled Carter to shred Reese's file, because I kind of forgot until you just said then that Carter was also a soldier before she was a police officer.
Yeah.
So I kind of feel like out of everyone, she's going to have that same thing of like what happens in the field stays in the field.
Yeah.
Like you were serving your country when you did this. It's
Yeah.
like, do you know what I mean? It's kind of like this is no one's business what you did.
Yeah, I don't know.
Do you know
I don't
what I
know
mean? It
about
might
that
have
bit,
fueled
though.
it.
I don't know, yeah.
But
we'll
the thing
see.
is, you're doing what someone else is telling you. You're not doing these things because it's what you want to do.
Yeah, but what, you're talking about the Peter thing, though? What about that?
No, not the Peter thing, but like, because she had his whole file, didn't she?
Yeah. So.
It was his whole like soldier file.
Is there anything overall else you want to see from the whole series?
I don't know really.
Or know more about Finch?
Yeah, machine. Maybe why he was in a wheelchair.
Why he's got that limp?
When's Reese gonna find out that Finch was there?
Yeah, maybe he never will.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Who knows?
So there we go. We shall get on with it. Full reaction is in the description. Link is in the description to the full reaction. You need your own copy to watch along. Just make sure to come back where we talk all about it.
Let's see what
Let's
curveballs
do
they throw at us this
it.
time.
I love it.
Oh, where are we going?
2009.
That looks like servers.
That looks like... Oh,
Nathan.
Nathan.
I like how we remembered his name last episode.
Yeah.
I thought you would have turned this thing off by now.
We turn it over tomorrow.
The world has been spinning for 5 billion years without your machine, Harold. I'm sure we'll be
We've
fine
never actually
one more
seen
night.
the machine, have we?
I think we have.
We've seen like server units, but I don't think we've seen.
Has already saved countless lives.
Countless relevant lives.
Yeah.
Everyone is relevant to someone. You know that if you had anyone in your life you cared about.
He's
Jeez.
got a son, hasn't he?
I'm sorry. Maybe it's time for you to invest a little time on your own.
That worked well, didn't it?
Yeah.
Who says I haven't?
Ooh.
Secrets, Harold. But if you had found someone, I would never hear the end of it.
Is he walking normally? He's walking normally!
Wow.
Suspicious.
I think this is the same square that is... Maybe not. I don't know. Oh.
Is he following him?
Is he following it?
Unless you get an address, I see we were both striking out.
She's still suspicious, yeah.
I feel like he's got like a trace around him that if like a GPS gets too close, it alerts him.
Yeah.
We need to meet Mr. Reese.
We've just received another number.
He's throwing him off, isn't he?
He's like, what the hell?
He's...
33 years old. Peck works as a chartered financial analyst. Are you following me?
Are you following me?
Well, they can't all be babies and mafia dons. I haven't been able to hack his voicemail or any online accounts.
He's just like you, Finn. So how'd you get his number?
Well, John, there's this machine.
You didn't get it here.
Oh, that
It's
is.
much more subtle than that. And it's time I knew how the machine communicates with you.
Oh.
Why? Well, not to be blunt, but wouldn't you want me to keep doing this if something ever happened to you?
Oh.
It's a fair point.
I have a contingency.
Sooner or later, you're gonna need to let the cat out of the bag, Finch.
Curiosity kills cats.
He's very curious.
He is.
The firm's firewall is even better than Peck's.
Oh, this is new.
Yeah.
This is a building we've seen in Mr. Robot and in this, yeah. It's got the circle.
Couldn't blue Jack and Finch, so I went old school.
Did you see that?
He put something in his pocket.
Peck.
Alicia. So who's Alicia? I want to know what goes on in Peck's office. I'll have to charm my way in. John Rooney.
He said that before.
Perhaps you should reschedule.
Perhaps I should.
That nice young lady seems somehow impervious to your charm.
45 pointed at me under a desk. There's a guard and a spin lock on the main door. It's a skiff.
What's a skiff?
Compartmented information facility. Secret government installation designed to protect classified data.
So how can I spy on a spy?
Ooh, we'd be a spy.
With a coffee
I found the way
maker.
in, Mr. Reese. Security in Peck's office blocks wireless signals, but what about good old-fashioned wires? And all we have to do is hide a camera and transceiver and see what's trying to get.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Peck's an intelligence analyst.
It's an NSA listening station.
It's not a very good one if they just hacked straight into it.
I mean, old school.
Spy does at night. Not much.
Human interaction is difficult.
Not calling it human interaction.
You mind if we have a look around, Mr. Peck? Mr. Chin entered the apartment to fix it. He saw these. Adderall.
Well, Finch, I think Peck's life just got a little more interesting. Finch?
Feedback from the bug. Someone else is listening.
Spies playing spies, eh?
Disappearing, eh?
He's a ghost.
I think Peck's being set up.
What a good question.
What's he done?
When you notice a big bag of drugs like that on your table when you got in.
You ever buy 20 copies of the same magazine, Carter?
What?
Only one charge on his record, a speeding ticket.
It was the principle of the thing. Meticulous 78
Oh my
page
God.
judge.
And chatted up their wireless network.
We know about the arrest and drug problem. Your security clearance is suspended pending investigation.
Oh,
Hereby placed on
jeez.
administrative leave, effective immediately. I'm being set up. I can add that to your file. Might make you seem unstable.
It's crazy, isn't it?
Ah, but then that gets him out of the office so then Reese can keep an eye on him.
I
Out
guess.
in the open.
They had a good camera.
Just need to speak to Ted Gibbons. Hello?
Deputy Director of the NSA.
Out of the country?
Really? Because some guy at headquarters just told me he was in a meeting. Someone is destroying Peck's life for asking questions. About what?
Don't question.
No.
Yeah.
Finch, the security camera over Peck's door, was it working last night?
Yes.
Oh no.
What the hell?
Did he punch?
Mr. Reese, is everything all
Take that as a no.
Oh, that's cool.
I think you both had the same training and I don't think this is gonna go well. Do you ever feel like it's gonna be... Oh.
I'm out of here.
Oh, I was gonna be like, do you think it's gonna be fight until someone's tired?
Oh, that would have been cool. No, he's gone. He did what he needed to.
I know a government-trained assassin when I see one.
I mean, he said.
Nice job.
What does he know?
Hi, Ted Gibbons, please.
Still trying.
This is my daughter's cell phone. How did you get this number?
Someone just tried to kill me.
What?
3 weeks ago,
Congratulate me on a report that I submitted that I never heard of a Carlson. Someone slipped this name into my report, and that one name was the key to stopping a major terrorist attack. All I do is ask questions. They're trying to execute me, and I just want to know why.
Don't ever call me again.
I know who wants Peck dead, and I know why. I know what he's been asking questions about. They want him dead because of me. Henry Peck doesn't know it, but he's been asking about the machine.
Fuck.
A name that got slipped in to take down a terrorist? It's so cool. Alicia? He was trying to get in contact with an Alicia?
Something wrong, Alicia. Freight train out of Des Moines. Decommissioned computer parts.
It's discreet where we're putting it. No one's gonna go looking.
8 people in the world know it exists.
7. 7 people. Unless you told someone.
Come on, Alicia. You know I'm terrible at math.
Be happy to go back to my day job.
And what's that exactly?
Classified.
Oh, this music. Oh.
Nathan was the face of it.
Did you like
wasn't
that
it?
though? Yeah. 8 people know. It's like 7.
Oh, because they don't
know about Finch.
No, they don't.
Neighbors called 911, said they saw 2 men fighting in his apartment. Is everything okay?
The situation has been resolved. We're fine now, Detective. Thank you.
Goodbye.
Strictly speaking, the machine is not legal. I always knew that certain measures would be taken to protect it, but people I've entrusted it to are more ruthless than I anticipated.
Is this Peck? Alicia Corwin?
Corwin. That's the Alicia he's trying to meet?
Changed when it went through your office, but your office has been shut down for more than a year.
Sibilance.
Is there anything else you can tell me?
Run.
Well, that's a bit
ominous.
vague.
We need to treat this like an outbreak. Peck is infected with an idea, but infected all the same.
Let's just get him to a safe house.
He'll want to know who we are, and knowing that would put him closer to finding out about the machine. It must be without him knowing that we exist.
How?
Are you even listening?
He just gave us the slip.
Oh my god, this is so cool.
Probably a 3-man team. He'll hunt him like I was, not with his needs.
Cash-only hotels with internet access.
Target's still in play.
That's not a complication. That's failure.
He has assistance.
Get it done.
Who's that?
It looked like he was in Washington, right?
Yeah.
I believe Mr. Peck is planning to break into the NSA.
Ooh, as you do.
Yeah.
I know how to change the codes on those.
Yeah, you do.
Want me to come and help?
Yeah.
He's in.
So am I.
I'd appreciate it if you would stop Peck.
If I take those reports, he's gonna know I exist.
I recognize it's a challenging situation, but you have to avoid direct contact.
Oh my god.
No, that direct contact. Contact.
It's a 3-man team.
Oh,
In the knees.
Turn up.
Why's Peck running from him? It's like, mate, I'm on your side.
I mean, he doesn't know that.
I spoke in that building, okay? You can arrest me?
Nice. He's smart.
Yeah.
Don't lose those. That's evidence. You're gonna want that when I confess.
As soon as I read you your rights,
That's really
It's
nicely
kinda like,
done.
nice.
You're not gonna like this.
This is where Fusco and Carter come in.
Maybe. Yeah.
This whole thing has been lining up for this moment.
Oh, he's got to say goodbye.
Yeah.
hope nothing goes wrong in the rest of the world in 10 days.
Oh yeah, because it's got
Yeah.
to go offline. Damn.
Wait. Do we have a contingency?
Contingency.
Now, what do we do if the government decides to abuse this thing?
Who would you trust it with? Besides you, no one. It cannot be abused. It cannot even be accessed. It upgrades itself, maintains itself, patches itself.
That's so cool.
No one can alter it, ever.
Any system can be compromised given enough time.
Oh, I think I know what happened.
We need an off switch, a back door.
Any exploit is a total exploit.
He's already built one.
Crack becomes a flood. If we build a back door into this machine and someone else finds out about it,
Ugh.
that would be very bad. We need to trust the machine exactly as we built it, and then let it go.
No.
I think I know what happens.
Hmm?
I feel like the government tried to kill Nathan because they tried to kill off the 8 people, well, the 7 people, and I feel like Harold's in the car with him, and then Harold is injured.
I love this.
Yeah.
Oh. Good night, machine.
Do
That's
know
what you
I
think
mean?
happens, okay?
Yeah. There's a traffic accident, and Harold ends up in the crossfire, and that's how he gets injured, but he's just seen as a friend. So they leave him alive because they don't know he's involved, do they? He is the silent partner.
Harold's too good.
We got a bolo on that guy. Take him to Detective Carter.
Just listen, they've taken my job. 6 reports I wrote for the NSA. Each case, a single name gets added to what I wrote. The only way to be that accurate is with illegal surveillance on a massive scale. Then there's this. Someone is sneaking just as much data out as the NSA is taking in. Scan through all that. You need an organization 10 times our size. It's more than any human.
He's... Oh, the moment. The penny.
After 9/11, the government wanted a computer system, a machine that could watch.
Is Carter just watching him like?
Terrorists before they strike. Someone really built the damn thing. You want a soda or something?
I love how you thought it was Carter. It's such a...
Question your suspect. The guy's in there talking to Blue Streak all by himself. He's wearing a tinfoil hat. He was arrested yesterday for drugs. Tonight he throws a bottle at a cop. This guy's out of his mind.
That's so cute. Oh, God. That's so good.
I suppose we can count our blessings. Detective Fusco isn't the inquisitive. All Henry Peck did was ask questions. Destroy all that evidence and stop him from getting any more.
How'd you even do that?
Yeah.
Yes, my name is Henry Peck. I'm an analyst agency that protects whistleblowers.
Oh, I really wish you hadn't let him do that.
This is like...
No one is safe.
I'm safe.
Carlos. Sending your last known coordinates.
Peck.
Oh, no.
They're in 3s. You know, and there's just moments where you're like, I think he's better off dead. Race. Race.
Wake up. Nice.
The guys in the car, get him out.
Oh, God damn.
Don't run too far, mate, because then we got to find you again.
Get him! Oh no. Double blades.
He's gone, mate.
A man wrote 78 pages about his case.
I know. He's not gonna give up. A good friend once showed me that one can still find a way to do the right thing.
What is the right thing?
He couldn't let.
Is this when he becomes a target?
Contingency.
Your
He's meeting a reporter tomorrow.
You're not the reporter. Well, she's quite safe. Right now, my associate is dealing with the assassins that were sent to kill you both. The answer to your question is yes. It exists. And it's watching us right now. And I know that if I were you, I would keep asking until I knew the truth.
Is it worth it?
Yeah.
No, stop asking the question. Where is it? If there was alone, it would be a city. I know how you feel. This is a mystery you do not want to solve. Knowing the answer has cost me something I value more than my own life. Clean passport, plane tickets, a bank card to a well-funded account in your new name. Find some secrets of your own. And if you really need a mystery, I recommend the human heart.
How do you know all this?
Because I built it.
Goosebumps!
He's always there in the shadows.
Always watching.
Next time I see you, I just might have his address.
Your order's ready?
Hello, Finch.
Can I help you?
Detective Stills. You want help with these?
Sure, thanks. They send me extras when it's one of mine.
You draw the covers.
Yeah, a bit old-fashioned, I know. Every time I think, never work again, another magazine or newspaper calls. So I guess I have a guardian angel.
Who's this?
That's Harold, my fiance.
Looks like a nice guy.
He's a very nice guy. Spending all your time alone isn't exactly the best way to find someone. But Harold found me. I was painting in the park one day, and there was this man eating an ice cream cone in January. He smiled at me. He asked me if I wanted one.
Does he live here with you?
He used to. I lost him 2 years ago. There was an accident.
I'm sorry.
Wow.
He's like, she.
I built an app that alerts me if I ever get within 100 meters of her. Didn't fully realize the personal cost. People, well, people other than Grace, have always been a mystery to me. I failed to recognize the lengths to which they would go to protect the machine. If knowing about the machine is like a virus, that makes me patient zero. Simply being near me was putting her life in danger. I was lucky. I had 4 years of happiness. Some people only get 4 days.
Well.
Some answers maybe not worth it.
I recommend the human heart. How do you know all this?
Is it?
I built
Oh my god. So, that was episode 22, No Good Deed.
These episodes are so emotional at the moment.
Yeah, it's
When
really
you think
good.
of, like, the last one about like his ex and like
her
death and like, and now you've got like
Finch's
size.
Yeah.
God, that moment.
Yeah.
I am highly convinced on my
theory.
We'll
get to it though. Well, no, we'll get to it. Yeah. Should we start at the beginning? Should we do the 2009 bit separately, like we did last time, and start with the Peck story? So, we start off with Reese following Finch.
So what will be current day?
Yeah, current day. He's following Finch.
Yeah.
He's just getting a magazine.
Yeah. And then he speaks to Fusco, doesn't he?
Yeah, he speaks to Fusco. Fusco's talking about Simmons and doing something with HR and busting some people.
Following the glasses guy.
Yeah.
You won't find anything. I didn't find anything.
I didn't even get an address. And he's like, well, we'll see who finds an address.
Yeah.
There's plenty of time to sort out the HR thing. Don't worry about it.
And then...
the cool bit.
Yeah, so I made a comment at that point.
Okay, what did you say? I don't know.
That, do you think he's got a GPS tracker that lets him know when Reese is close to him?
Oh,
because
okay.
it pinged, didn't it?
Yeah, but there was a different reason it pinged.
Yeah.
So he goes up to the payphone.
And then he...
Did he put a number in? I think he did. I don't know. But he picked it
up.
up.
He made it look like he did. Picked it up, and then there was just a load of static.
Weird noises. Couldn't hear it really well.
No, and then
he looked around and then...
And he walked off?
No. He phoned up Reese.
Oh,
I was like,
got a number.
Mr. Reese, you got a new number.
So then Reese is thinking, did you just get that number from that phone? So then Reese picks up the phone like...
What is going on?
Yeah.
Like tapping it like...
Yeah.
What do you think of that?
I was like, Reese knows. No, Finch knows that Reese is following him.
You think?
I think so.
But then what would the static noise be? What would that be?
Yeah, he's just trying to pull him off, you know, like...
How do you know? Because, like, Reese didn't hear that static or anything. Like, I'm guessing it's just muffling it for us, maybe?
No, I think...
You think he's throwing...
Yeah.
Okay.
Because he knows that Reese has followed him in the past, like, and he's trying to find out.
And in the end, he knows.
And in the end, he's sat outside, like, waiting for him to come out, like...
So you think he's throwing him off? But he does say they got a new number right after that. So it's a bit of a weird coincidence. I don't know. It's hard to know. Because
but is that to do with that book, the painting? Like the cover of the magazine as well?
No idea, yeah. We get a little cut to the machine, and there's it came up with the name Theodore J. Gibbons at that point, and he was saying Henry Peck had been asking, that he'd been asking about stuff, and it came up like it raised voice or whatever, At that point, we didn't know who Theodore J. Gibbons. Do you remember who he is? Ted Gibbons. He's the head of NSA, like he's top, but we didn't know that yet. But we find out the number is Henry Peck.
Yeah.
A financial analysis.
Yeah. And it goes to work.
And
but Reese tries to bug him.
No, before that, Reese, like, still in the library, Reese is like, oh, yeah, analysis, fascinating. And then Finch is like, oh, it can't all be babies and mob bosses. Yeah. And then...
They tried to hack his phone.
But no, there's even before that. You're going well ahead. Reese is like talking about contingency. What happens if you're ever gone?
Yeah, I need to know.
I need to know how you get the numbers. You didn't get it from here, or you weren't here when you got it. What's going on?
Yeah.
So
he's like, I've got a contingency.
Yeah.
He's like, well, one day you need to fill me in on it.
Yeah, because you won't be here all the time. That's when he's spying on him in his building.
Yeah. But he can't get like a signal through. Yeah.
Yeah, and it turns out, they. Because of the way stocks work, this is what Finch thinks, is they work to like internet? a picosecond or something, like really, and the internet's blocked, and so he said the only danger he's in right now is of getting a paper cut.
And then Peck leaves the office.
Yeah, and phones.
Reese kind of bumps into him a little bit.
Yeah.
And then
who's the phone?
Alicia. Or
yes.
tries to
Did you connect who that was?
No, I didn't.
You need to remember that name, Alicia.
Yeah,
it keeps coming up.
I definitely do. But Reese puts an old-fashioned bug.
Yes, yeah.
A wireless bug in his thing to keep track. And then someone comes up to him and says, "Oh, Peck, you didn't wipe your phone."
Yeah.
And then they're a bit like, "Why would you need to wipe?"
Yeah, I've heard of it when you go like in different countries or something like that, but not. Yeah, but then it all kind of makes sense.
Yeah, so Reese decides to try and infiltrate the building, to which he walks in very confidently.
What's he gonna get in with? His charm.
His charm. Yeah. He gets in the building quite nicely,
And the woman
and
stops
then
him.
the receptionist's like, "Oh, hello," and then he makes up this.
I've got a interview, a thing with Ted. Someone.
Yeah, and then she looks
Breaker.
and she's like, I don't have that, and then you just hear.
The clock cocking of
And
a
he's
gun.
like, oh, and she's like, I think you need to reschedule
I'll book
that.
another time. Yes.
Yeah, he's like, okay.
So it's a skiff.
Yeah.
It's a government like cover up.
Yeah, it's just the way Reese walks away, and then Finch is like, so did your
charm did work on that nice young lady.
And then he was like, well, no, she was haunting a 45 at my garage.
Yeah.
And then that's when he's like, this isn't a...
It's a skiff.
It's a
Like,
skiff.
yeah, it's he's a spy, like NOC.
NSA.
Yeah, but he said he's an NOC spy.
Oh,
I don't
yeah.
know what I can't remember what it stands for, but that's what he said. But yeah, then they
Find a different way.
yes, wires.
Yes.
So they installed a new coffee machine.
Coffee machine.
With a camera in,
And
goes through the
microphone,
wires.
yeah.
Yep.
Plug it in and then it connects to
And that's
it.
when we find out he is not a financial analyst. He is a intelligence analyst.
Intelligence analysis.
For the
NSA.
NSA. Yeah,
And they're talking about a terrorist.
At what
that
point did you
aren't
know he was looking into the machine? Was it when Finch said?
they? Yeah.
Because there's lots of hints towards it. The NSA,
Yeah.
they used NSA feeds to make
Yeah.
the machine. Their intelligence looking into terrorism.
Yeah.
The government are trying to get rid of him. It all. Yeah. So yeah, there you go. It's a listening station, so they listen in.
Yeah. So
he goes home.
he was trying to report on the. We found out that he was trying to contact and he'd asked questions. That's what they found out. They were after him because he'd asked questions.
Yeah.
Because he makes a phone call.
We hadn't worked this part out yet, though.
Yeah, because he made a phone call to Theodore, didn't he?
Not yet. Yeah, not yet.
doesn't
First,
matter.
he goes home and Reese is watching him at home. And he's just eating noodles.
Yes.
And then the police knock on the door.
Yeah.
Because the
There's
landlord.
a giant bag of drugs he didn't notice.
Adderall, which we know from Mr. Robot.
So he's arrested.
Yeah, he's arrested. He's like, no, I'd like to talk about it here. What the hell?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's alright.
Yeah, so. Yeah, not going well.
We see him at work, don't we?
Meanwhile, though, we get a scene with Reese talking to Carter about stuff. But he's like, do you ever know someone who orders like 10 of the same magazine?
Yeah.
Finch
Is
has
that
got them lying
normal?
around. She's like, what? What are you talking about? And that's when we find out the only prior conviction he's got is a speeding ticket.
That he made a 78-page report.
Did you get
on
out?
why-
It was a matter of the thing, the
Yeah.
principle of it. Yeah. So that was that. This is when Reese is looking around as well because he's seen the magazines and he finds a coffee cup.
Yeah. And
Well,
they-
it's a tea cup, I guess. He's got green tea, right? Was it Sencha green tea? Is
Yes.
it? Yeah. But he gets
looks
the,
at
lot number.
Lot number on the bottom. He's trying everything to figure out where his numbers are coming from.
Yeah. He tracks that down eventually, which we find out. But
Yeah.
yes. Then we cut to Peck at work doing his job, and the boss comes in and says, we heard about your drug problem.
Your drug problem and your arrest.
Yes,
We need you to...
you're done.
Yeah.
Get out of here. It's like, what? I haven't got a drug problem.
Yeah.
Someone set me up.
Like, the hardest drug I've
Yeah.
ever had since starting here 7 years ago was aspirin.
Yeah. It's like, we can add conspiracy to your file
it
if you
won't.
want, but that won't help you.
Yeah, that won't look good.
Yeah. It's crazy, isn't it? Because even Reese said there, even for questioning, he's getting punished for it. Yeah.
And then he obviously goes home.
Yeah. And that's when he's walking home trying to call Ted.
Yeah. And he says, I just asked questions.
Well, yeah, the first thing is like, they say, oh, he's out of the country. It's like, someone just told me he's in a meeting. What's going on?
Yeah.
I need to know. Yeah, he doesn't get through then, but he gets back to his apartment where...
Reese is outside.
And he
So
sees...
he's like, was the camera working last night?
Yes, why?
That someone's in his apartment.
He goes up. There's Adderall everywhere and alcohol and whatnot, and a guy with a needle. But
Reese gets through
yeah,
quick
you
enough.
said did someone punch someone?
Oh,
I
I
think
thought
he punched
Peck. Yeah, it looked a bit like he took a swing for it, but it looks like he took a swing and hit Peck in the beginning of the fight. And I was like, wait a second.
They have a fight, and like you said, he looked trained. Which turns out he is government trained. But they have a fight. He gets away, drives off. Yeah. Is that when he like the van went past and he disappeared, right? So he must have gone
chased
into the
him
van
out,
or
yeah.
whatever. Yeah. So yeah.
Oh no.
I think.
No, that wasn't.
But when did that?
That happened at the beginning when he got busted for the drugs.
Oh, because then he was watching. He saw
Reese
the
was
other. There was
like,
another bug.
Yeah.
Because there was two
another bug.
feedback. Yeah.
And then Reese was like, I've got eyes on the other guy. And then he
Yeah,
went
yeah.
down and then he
That's when
disappeared
it
on the
happened.
line.
Yeah, I did think that was wrong. Yeah.
That's when they knew there was someone else after him.
So Pecker's run off, but
Yeah.
he calls, and he actually gets through to Ted. But his daughter's phone.
Yeah.
So how did you get this? So he's like, look, I work for you. This has happened.
Yeah.
A name got slipped into a report. Oh,
I didn't write it.
Yeah, you thanked me for it, but I did not put that name in the
Yeah.
report, and it led to a terrorist being like
Yeah.
stopped, like terrorism attack being stopped.
Yeah.
What is going on? Like, never call me again.
Yeah.
They're trying to kill me, ruin my life. I just want to know what's going on.
Yeah.
Just asking questions is crazy, right? Yeah. There you go. And that's the point we find out. Finch is like, I know who's after him.
This is because of me.
He's asking about the machine.
Yeah.
So cool. It was bound to happen eventually.
Yeah, it was.
Someone. Yeah. That's when we cut to. Oh, okay. We won't. We could talk about the Nathan
No,
stuff.
we'll do it. It's too much jumping around otherwise.
I guess. Carter worried cool is what. I don't know why. Oh yeah, she called him up and said that two guys in suits like were seen fleeing a building and fighting in a building.
Oh
Whatever.
yeah, you guys alright?
Should I be worried about
They're
this?
like, no, everything's under
Everything's
control.
fine. Thanks, bye. And then Carter and Fusco the whole episode. are
Yeah,
like,
just that.
I'm not too sure. Not too sure. This is when they're following Peck in the park.
Yeah.
And he's like really. Ooh.
He looks around and they're like.
Yeah. But they're even saying Finch is like he's not going to stop. It's like a virus.
Yeah.
He knows something is up, and
Yeah.
he's going to keep asking questions until he gets the answer. Unfortunately, the government aren't like going to let him get there because they're trying to cover up what they've got.
Yes, and that's
And
when
he didn't know how serious they would be
Yeah.
about covering it up. Yeah.
That's when they then find.
No, that's so good.
The
But
bug.
before that, isn't it when Alicia calls him? Yeah.
Oh yes.
So it cuts to a shot of the camera, and did you see on the camera she's a yellow icon? Because
Yeah.
obviously she knows.
Yeah.
And then he's asking about stuff, and she's like, I can't say much. Sibilance, look into
Yeah.
that. That's it. Anything else? Run.
That's when he starts walking off,
Yeah.
and then he finds the bug on his phone, and he throws his phone, and that's when because Reese and Finch were using the bug to track him.
Yeah.
So now they didn't know where he was. He was
Yeah.
on the run again, so they were gonna have to try and track him down again.
Yeah, but that's when they find out he's very good at his job. The NSA have taught him well. He knows how to scat his footprint.
Yeah.
The credit cards. He's
Yeah,
probably been handing them out.
to homeless because
Yeah.
there was like food restaurants everywhere,
Yeah, every
hotels.
hotels. And he basically bricked the phone so they
Yeah.
couldn't get any data from it. So
Yeah.
yeah, they didn't know what to do.
So it was like, what would he do?
Yeah.
And that's when they think that he'll go back for evidence, isn't it?
Yeah.
Or
It turns out, he's
gonna break
breaking into the NSA.
And then they see it on the coffee camera.
Yeah. We do get a
coffee
thing
camera.
before that though of it looks like a guy in Washington talking to
Yes.
the spy
Yeah,
who's
saying
chasing
that he
him.
got away.
There's a complication. He's like, well, you need to deal with it.
That means you failed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Peck breaks in. He's getting the files, and like Finch is saying, he's been saying we can't let him know we're helping him
because it puts us in.
It puts us at risk, and the machine and
Yeah,
him.
yeah.
It's just he knows more.
He's like, it has to be done non-contact,
Contact.
and then Reese just jumps
Peck
on him
jumps on him, yeah.
because of the laser, and then because also before this,
He's like it's a free man.
Yeah.
team. Yeah. Usually, because he was
Reese
saying
is
it's like a,
I've seen this type of.
it's like a black
people.
ops team
Yeah.
that doesn't exist. Yeah.
And there was 3 of them shooting him out, and then they had to get away.
Yeah, there's a shootout. Reese shoots him in the knees.
Yeah.
Machine
Then
gun.
he's like 2.5 now.
Yeah, it's so good. Yeah.
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 But they get
Peck
away.
runs out of the building with the evidence.
Yeah.
Shouts at a police car.
Yeah, and throws a bottle of.
Just a bottle he found
Yeah.
in the bin at the police car.
So he gets arrested.
It's like, you're going to want to keep that. That's
Evidence.
evidence for when I confess.
And then you see the police car driving off, and it's like we've
Yeah.
got the suspect in the car.
Yeah.
You see also Reese run out and see him driving off in the
You're
car.
not going to like this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But obviously Finch does his magic because the next thing we hear
We've got a bolo on him.
Yeah, it's like we've arrested this guy, Peck.
Detective Carter.
Yeah, there's a bolo for Detective Carter to take him straight there. To which we then see him in like the custody room, don't we? Talking. Just
you thought he was talking to.
I thought he was talking to Carter.
Yeah, it's so good. It's so good.
Because.
But he's going like he's thinking about. It. He's like they've got surveillance on a massive scale. It's impossible. They have to have a team of. And he's like, wait a second.
The machine.
They actually.
They tried this one. They tried this one. And they all failed. Maybe they did actually make it.
They got cameras watching us all over.
Did you want a soda?
I love how Finch later was like, it's a good thing Fosco's not the inquisitive type.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then he walks out and Carter's like, was you questioning my guy? And then he's like, I didn't even question it.
The guy's
like,
a cuckoo and he's a tinfoil hat.
Yeah,
Yesterday he was arrested for drugs. Today he's like going off on some conspiracy. He's like, nah. Yeah.
And then we see
As they're
Carter
walking
and
out.
Fosco walk off. Reese dressed it as a policeman.
So
walked
good.
straight past them.
So bloody good.
It's so good.
And then he walks in, grabs
He's like,
Peck.
I need
He's
to
like,
get you
who
out of
are you? And then as he goes out, grabs the phone.
Yeah.
And then in the
and
car,
they're driving off, and they're like, "We need to take you somewhere safe."
he calls some special. I can't
special,
remember what
yeah.
it was. He calls a group, and then Finch is like, one of the people in there knows about the machine. And then he throws the phone out. He's like, I need to tell them. You need to. And he's like, you don't know. They're not who you think.
Yeah.
You can't trust anyone.
And then we go to the guy, don't we? And I guess he might be Theodore. I don't know who he is.
I don't know.
He had a little like I feel like it was a
Maybe.
little Congress badge because he had a little like and
oh, he's like, we got his last known coordinates.
Yeah.
He
just rang, and then the people were like, "That's all we need."
Sniper time.
And then they. Yeah, it was only the one man. I thought the other two were going to suddenly.
No, it's that one guy. He's like the leader.
Yeah, there must have been some petrol on the road or something because there was a big.
Well, we
fire.
sniped the back of the car and then hit it again, and it just skidded out of control.
And Reese was like, and I was like, oh my god! And then he's like walking towards the car, and he's like, yeah, we got this.
Reese ain't there.
Reese ain't there. Bit of
Another
punch
good
up.
fist
Peck
fight.
runs. I've never known someone to run. He cannot understand when someone is trying to help him.
Yeah, but he doesn't know really, does he? He
No,
doesn't really
I
know
guess
what's going
not.
on.
I guess if you're that full of conspiracies, you would know who to
You
trust.
would know to trust, yeah.
But you know, you're like, it's clear that this guy is helping you. He literally has saved your life.
Twice
like,
now.
Twice. Like, come on.
Yeah, they have a fist fight. He's got two knives.
Yeah, and
he
then
manages to stab him.
And he's like, why are you after this guy?
Did you ask why?
I was like, no.
No. Yeah. Peck's gone.
Yeah, and then he's like, come on, Peck. Like, oh.
And then he's like, Finch is like, he's not going to stop until he gets answers. He's going to keep going and keep going.
Yeah.
And he's just never going to stop. What?
That's the point
There's
where I was
only
like,
one thing
is
we
it
can
better
do.
off him being killed? Like,
and what's the one thing they do? Finch meets him.
yes, so they.
Well, he's waiting. He's going to talk to a
reporter.
reporter.
Yeah.
So the guy again, the government guy, is like, oh, he's meeting a reporter. Take him out.
Yeah,
Like,
and the reporter.
yeah.
And
He's
then
sitting
he's sitting there, and then
Times Square, is it?
possibly.
It looks kind. I can't remember. I didn't
And
pay
then
that much attention to the
Finch
surroundings.
sits down, and you're
It's
like,
like, you're not the reporter.
he's like, yes, the reporter is safe.
My
And
associate's
the two
taking good
people
care.
that were coming here to kill you, my
Yeah.
associate is
Yeah, dealing with it.
Yeah,
And then he tells him,
yeah.
"Did you like?" So he was like, yeah, what's going on? And he's like, yes, it exists.
Yeah.
You
need to stop asking questions.
He's like, yeah, but the size of the thing is like, I know what you're thinking.
Yeah, just stop with the
Just
questions.
stop with the questions.
And then he's
You remind me of me.
yeah.
You'd ask all the questions.
Yeah, and then he's like, this is ID with your new name, a bank account
Yeah.
with
The
your
cool
new
thing
name on
though,
it.
did you notice? After he told him, yes, it
It
exists,
went yellow.
it cut out and he's yellow.
Right, yeah, I now know to keep an eye out on those
Yep,
things.
on the colours. It's so cool. Yeah, so he's aware of the machine. And then new ID, just go have a new life. I recommend another mystery. If you need a good mystery, I recommend The Human Heart.
The Human Heart, yeah. And then he's like, how do you know this? And he's like, I made it.
I know, because I built it.
And then he just like walks off and you're like,
It's such a good moment. And the music goes perfectly with it. It's so good. Yeah, I mean, we can cut to the end bit, I guess, because
Yeah.
obviously Alicia, but we get a cut back to this after a few more scenes, and it pans out to Alicia listening in and finding out that he built it. Yeah. Which ties into the other stuff.
Yeah.
Fusco and Carter are again being sus of each other, looking at each other.
Yeah. But the last scene we get is Reese, isn't it?
Yes.
Where he's looking at the tea and
tracked-
he's like, "Are
well,
you here all the time?"
He's tracked down the lot number to where it's being sold at
Yeah.
this cart, and then he's like, "You here always?" He's like, "Yeah." And then he sees a truck of the magazines
Yeah, and he's like, "Wait a second."
being delivered.
Delivered.
So what did you expect? Did you expect it to be Finch's house?
I did a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I was like, "Damn, he's done some real detective work."
Who did it
here."
turn out to be?
Well, he knocked on the door and then a woman answered.
Yep.
And then he brought out his whole like detective
Steals.
steal.
That's going well. How long did it go?
Just a report of a disturbance, and then she's like, "It's only
Just
me
me.
here."
He's like, the old lady must have seen a shadow or something. Yeah.
And then he's like, "Oh, this is a
Want me
lot
to
of
help?"
magazines.
Yeah.
Do you want some help bringing it in?"
So, yeah, okay.
Yeah, and then he sees like the artwork.
It's a lot of magazines. The same.
He's like, "Are you a collector?" And then she says that she does the artwork for them. Like, she thought.
When did
she
it
say-
click for you? Did it click when you saw the picture?
When I saw the picture.
Okay.
Because then she said about like, did she say like the artwork keeps coming in or something? Like she thinks about stopping.
She's like, she feels like nobody would want her work anymore, but then a new job just comes in and more.
Yeah.
Who's doing that?
It's definitely Finch. Because then Reese turns around and
so
sees
good.
a really cute picture of her and Finch, and he's like,
Yeah.
"Oh, who's this?" Like that's so weird. If someone came in your house and started questioning who was in your pictures, you would be a bit like,
Yeah.
"Does that matter to you?"
I guess he's just a police officer.
And then she's
to her,
like, "It's my fiance,
Harold.
Harold."
Does he
And
live
it's
here?
so cute.
Do you know what's even cuter? They're married in real life.
Are they?
Yeah, they're actually married in real
but
life.
what I was thinking was that it's cute is the fact that she's like, "It's my fiance," and he's like, "Oh, does he live here?" And she's like, "No,"
He used
and
to.
you're thinking, "Hang on a second," and then she's like, "I lost him 2 years ago." So the fact that she obviously thinks Harold's dead,
Yeah.
but he died 2 years ago, but she still refers to him
Yeah.
as her fiance.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Because she talks about that
Yeah.
she never really was one with people, but she was painting. In
He
the
said the same thing
park.
as well. He's not good with people.
And he was eating ice cream in January.
Yeah, and he just smiled at me.
her and offered her one, and then
Yeah.
yeah, it's like, geez.
They're both not good with people, but they
Yeah.
just hit it off. Yeah. But yeah.
Yeah, and then he leaves. Reese leaves, and he looks across.
And Finch.
And he
that
sees
whole
Finch
scene just brought
look
tears to
like-
my eyes.
yeah.
Like
They've both lost
the scene
people.
inside brought. I don't know. It's
Yeah.
just her talking
But
about
I think
it.
those two episodes were good to be back to back.
Yes.
Whatever's
You see-
gonna, I feel like the final episode is gonna be something big because we've both had back to back episodes
Yeah,
of
their
people
little
they've lost
backstories.
and
Yeah.
what they've given up to.
For this,
Yeah.
for this life they live.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're ghosts. They're dead to everyone. They don't exist. I don't know. Yeah, it's weird that they're married in real life. It's kind of the whole Always Sunny kind of deal as well.
Yeah.
But he was talking about how when he built the machine, he didn't realise what the personal cost to him would be.
No.
But yeah, it was, and he didn't realise how far the government would go to protect it and what they would do.
Yeah.
And how extreme they would go.
And he's
Reese was
created
saying,
an app.
yeah, Reese was saying how you got good cover where you are, not too bad.
Yeah, he's like, I've created an app that if it pings me if she's within 100 meters of me, which is like, there's a part of me that's like, did it ping at the beginning that she was near him, or I'm like,
I don't know, I
has
think
he
there's
also
two
set up
incidents.
Reese
Maybe
on the same GPS app?
Maybe. Who knows?
Because I obviously made the
Yeah.
comment like, I was like, he knows
Yeah.
like GPS that it pings when he's near it.
Yeah, possibly. Yeah, I don't know, but there we go. That was that. I like how I really like the bit where Finch was like, I was lucky. I was very lucky. I got 4 years with her.
4 years of happy.
Some people only get 4 days.
Yeah.
Which, with Reese, probably he only got that.
Yeah.
You know, so yeah, it's crazy. They got like more in common, I guess, than they know because they've had to give up stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah,
But we saw the machine.
we saw a bunch of the machine.
Went back to
2009.
Yeah, and we saw
3
the
years
machine
ago.
and Nathan.
3 years ago. She said she lost him 2 years ago. So yeah, we saw Nathan and him talking about it.
Yeah, we saw all the servers.
7 years they've been. 7 years they've been working on it. And they said this is the last night.
Shipped out.
Tonight it gets shut
10
down.
days of
for
shipping.
10 days shipping. Yeah. But we keep.
It was very short. Lots of short snippets about the machine.
Yeah, I like it. We got more Nathan, which is always good. We got more of the machine.
So we learned that after once they put it into delivery mode, I guess, nobody else can access it.
Yes. So this is it. This is the final part. Yeah.
Nathan was concerned about it because he was like, "How do we know these people are going to use it for good?"
Yeah.
But that's when Harold was like, "Look, nobody can interfere with.
If there's even a leak, it will.
Yeah.
Anyone can get in, and that's it. You can't put anything there.
I'm sure it was then as well that did they highlight that it would anonymously insert the names into things. I feel like it said something about how it would leak the information down so it
was just saying,
raise suspicion.
Yeah, there was,
which is kind of what happened with those, because
I
he
feel
was
like
writing
I don't know if the
reports and
machine, because the machine only points them in the direction of the persons that's bad. It wouldn't then incriminate them.
Someone else.
So I guess the government are slipping those names in.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. But Nathan's quite concerned about, like, you could use the machine for bad. Like, it has the potential, but they're like, no. Nobody can interfere with it. There's no way into it.
Yeah.
Once they've taken it, there's no.
Yeah, we can't do it.
Yeah, that's when Nathan's like, there should be a back door.
He's like, they can't. Like he said, he said there can't be any back door.
Yeah.
If there's a little leak, like it will come flooding out. It'll just
anyone can get in.
Yeah, and if someone finds out, that would be very bad. Yeah. They also talk about. I can't remember what he said, but Finch said he may have already found someone or something like that, right?
Yeah.
He's like, if you found someone, I would have not heard the end of it.
Yeah.
So obviously he's referring to her. Did we get her name? Did she
like,
say her name? I don't know.
Because they're kind of saying that they've used up so much of their lives in this, like they need to live their life, and after they deliver it, they can live their life. We see Nathan going for dinner with Alicia. Where Nathan's like, well, there's only 8 of us that know about it, and then she's like, 7? Unless you've told someone else. And he's like, oh, I've always been bad with maths.
You know I'm bad with maths.
Do you trust your people? And she's like, well, yeah. It's a bit like, and then she's like, I'll take that drink now.
Yeah.
And I didn't click then that Harold was the 8th person.
Yeah.
Because he's obviously like a silent
person. Obviously they didn't know he existed. Yeah. I like how there was, he was talking about the train shipments as well. It's going to be like discontinued or broken computer parts, and then it's all shipped in separate containers and whatnot. And she said there's a facility, no one will go looking for it ever.
Yeah.
They'll never find it. No one will have
Where
access.
is it?
Yeah.
Who knows?
Stop asking questions. Not meant.
And then
yeah, I think that's pretty much it. But we get a snippet of Nathan
on his own
coming back to turn the machine on, because we saw it turning down. I like how it's shutting down.
Then he switches it back on, goes on to admin mode, and creates a contingency.
Yeah, which is the back door, which we think has.
Do you want to know my theory now?
Go on then.
My theory is, after the machine gets delivered, the government take out Nathan. So I highlighted in the beginning of this episode as well that when Harold was walking around, I feel like it's so confusing. Sometimes we call him Finch, sometimes we call him Harold. Who knows? He was walking around normally.
Yeah.
And we now know he has this limp. And in the last episode, we saw him in a wheelchair.
Yeah.
So
But when was the wheelchair?
2011.
Yeah.
How long was he in the wheelchair? Who knows? But my idea of what happened was, so the government take the machine. Okay. Then the government realise what they've got, and they've got to cover their tracks. So they they kill off Nathan, but I imagine that in my head, this is so this is how conspiracy stuff.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking they take Nathan out while he's driving his car, and Harold is in the car with him, because they are really good friends, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yep. So Harold also gets injured in the crash.
Okay.
But Nathan is killed. And Nathan's last words to Harold is, I created the contingency, and tells him how to access it.
Okay.
And then Harold has to disappear and has the facilities to disappear, because otherwise they might cotton on that he knows something. That is my plan.
That's your theory.
That is my theory.
Yeah, well, we'll see.
Do you see
Maybe.
how I've connected those dots?
Yeah.
I'm like, wait a second.
It's nice noticing, because, you notice him walking normally. Yeah. Who knows? We'll have to see. Do you think they will answer that in the next episode?
I don't know.
We're at the end of the season. It's the last episode.
Yeah. But there's more seasons that you're like, what are the rest of the seasons then? Like,
you don't know. What else do you think you will see in the next episode? Do you think we'll see that? Do you think we'll see more Machine?
What if his
Alicia?
fiance sees him? I feel like we'll see Alicia because...
Yeah.
But then, what about Stratton?
Stanton. Yeah.
Stratton.
Will we see her? Maybe?
Yeah, because we haven't seen her at all in this episode. But I was like, oh, we'll see more of her.
Anybody else you can think of? HR? Anyone?
Yeah, HR's kind of on the download.
I mean, they said there's 3 days until that happens. So... Could that happen with Simmons?
Maybe it'll all be connected.
Who else? Elias? The mob?
They're old news now.
You think? Okay. Cool. Anything else you want to see or you expect? Or do you want answers for something?
I feel like we're not going to see much more of Reese's history. We kind of know enough.
Okay.
Apart from what did he do to Peter, but I don't think we're ever like that. Like, we
It's
know
implied.
Reese.
It's implied.
We know Reese. We know all this thing. The only thing would be... Well, no. The only new thing we know about Reese is maybe if Stanton comes into it and we see like maybe a bit more of their history. But
maybe. Who knows?
I don't think so. Yeah.
What's your theory for the finale? What's the final thing that's going to happen? And then... No idea.
I don't know. The problem is...
Wild guess. Go on.
Unless... I'm just thinking that I feel like Harold is going to get found out because of Alicia's recording.
Okay.
But that might be where Reese then has to rescue him.
Yeah.
But then how does he then go into the darkness and become a re-ghost of a ghost? Do you know what I mean? Like,
don't know. There we go.
Because Alicia's definitely going to do something with that recording. But why is Alicia recording it? Is Alicia finding out for herself?
What do you think about
when
Alicia?
Nathan's son found her, she was really sketchy about the whole Finch.
She's been she was sketchy on the phone as well, and sketchy then. She's seems
like the
very...
Finch and stuff.
Yeah,
and she was a bit like, wait a second,
I've got to go. I've got to go.
Is she finding out this information for herself, or is there a higher thing that she's finding out this information for?
Who knows? I guess we will see in the finale.
But then I don't feel like she's in the best position. She doesn't look like she's well off. She looks like she is hiding from people as well.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what she seems kind of skittish.
Yeah,
definitely
right with that pay phone. Like.
Yeah. So who knows? We're at the finale of season 1.
Yep.
23 episodes. We've got 22 down. Do you see why I wanted to watch more today? Yeah. I was like, the last 2 episodes are great. I mean, we'll talk about the whole season next time, but we'll move on to the finale. Thank you very much for watching. Really enjoying this. 1 more episode to go in season 1, and then we're on to season 2. But thank you very much. Next episode on here will be Always Sunny in Philadelphia. And we'll be back for the finale in a weekish time, depending on how we can record. There we go. Alright, thank you very much. We'll see you then. Bye-bye.